I kind of want to see if these power stacks, two fully charged power stacks, I got a 2 amp and a 4 amp that are fully charged. I just want to see if any of them make a difference running on the impact or the drill, just comparison wise, see if any sort of visually difference for me, or if we can kind of time it, see stuff like that, see if it takes any longer to get through. We do have our brand new drill bit on here, and when switching batteries we will switch drill bit just so all things stay about the same. Up first is the power stack in both the impact and the drill. All right, we had some bit of learning curve with that other side, so we got all but just a couple of screws in with that power stack. So we got a fully charged 2 amp, and we will see how far we can go with that. just for a little comparisons for the two sides, what we had for waste and how many total attempts we had. On our first side, these are all of our wasted screws. I think we got like 18 or something here. On the other side, we only had 9 wasted screws. And essentially what I was doing is you'd put the screw in. If it didn't go all the way through, or it kind of felt like it was stripped out, pull it out for the second one. If the second one didn't go through, then I'd grab the drill and I would finish the hole and then put another one in. So all these wasted ones are the ones that the Powerstack had to roast out essentially. So we had more total attempts with the Powerstack than we did with the 2 amp. And I think that's mostly just because, again, I have a mixed box of screws from a previous batch and this batch, and then also just kind of figuring out how much pressure and how much speed to go at the beginning. All right, so how do the batteries compare? How well do they do in my opinion? We got the Powerstack, which did these 3 boards all the way down. It did run out of juice by the end. We had to use the other Powerstack for the last few, but we did spend a little extra time kind of messing around up here, trying to figure out exactly what was gonna work for us. So if we didn't have that time there, I think she would have made it all the way to the end. We had the 4 amp that did the entire middle section, which is twice of what this is, and that one still has 2 bars left, so it still has plenty of juice. It would have gone on for quite a bit more. We had the 2 amp over there, which again did that entire section, that last third or fourth actually over there, and it has some juice left. I was impressed with the Powerstack in the fact that it's pretty much held its entire power all the way through. I do kind of notice, especially with those 2 amps and the 4 amps, as I get down to that 1 bar status, that they do fade out a little bit. You can definitely tell when they are getting low, especially in your higher impact tools like the Impact, like a Sawzall, like a bigger impact, things of that nature. With the Powerstack, I was using it in the bigger impact to put some lug nuts on the trailer earlier yesterday, and it did well until the very end. I am impressed with how light it is. It is significantly lighter than your 4 amp. It's even lighter than your 2 amp. Doing that middle section, it does get heavy to carry this guy around on your Impact. We had the same Powerstack on our drill that we used. It still got 2 bars left, and we did use that battery to finish up down there. Overall, I'm very impressed with the Powerstack. Would I necessarily spend all that money for it? Depends on what I'm doing. If it's a lot of holding the drill, if it's a lot of drill, if it's a lot of light impact stuff, absolutely I would buy it. If it's a lot of, like, you're trying to use it on a saw, like you're trying to use it on heavy impact, things like that, I would still go with the larger battery, just because it has more power and a longer life. I would like a little bit more of a comparison to show if it truly has more power. I definitely felt like the Powerstack had some power in it. I would like to take like a 4x4 or something like that and drive a big old lag bolt or lag screw through it, and then just compare that right on top of a 2 amp and like a 4 amp, and just time it and see how much power, if any of the batteries have, or if it's just longevity of life. So yeah, that's my review of the Powerstack.